Hey y'all, today I thought we would go over how to create a typewriter effect. There are 4 different ways that you can do this, all in Premiere Pro. And if you're new here, then welcome. My name is Adrienne and I make tutorials on video editing. So let's get into it. The first way to create the typewriter effect that we're going to go over is, I think, the simplest way. And all you do is type your text and then add the wipe transition. As you can see, I have Premiere Pro open. I have this color in the background so that when I go down to the toolbar, click on my type tool, click in the program monitor and begin to type. You can see my text. Go over to the properties panel, open up Align and Transform. We want to put it in the middle of the screen. I'm going to go down to my timeline and stretch this text out a little bit, make it a little easier to see. Now let's go up to the effects panel and search for wipe. You can see under video effects, there are a few options, but we don't want video effects. We want video transitions. Go down here to video transitions, under wipe, select wipe, drag down to the timeline and drop it on your text. I'll zoom in here so we can see it. Now, if you watch the program monitor, I'll play the sequence and we can see what that looks like. I think that looked pretty good, but just so you know, you can play with the length of that transition. So you could drag the wipe transition out and make it longer, and that will make your words wipe on the screen more slowly, or you can shorten it and it'll come on more quickly. I'm going to go back to the project panel. I'm going to drag down these typewriter sounds, and let's see what that's like. Honestly, I think that looks pretty good, but let's go over a few more methods and then you have choices for whatever works for your project and your workflow. The next method that we're going to use involves adding keyframes. We're going to go back to Premiere Pro and I'm going to delete the text that I have written and we're going to write something new. Make sure your type tool is selected, go up to the program monitor, click, and type whatever text it is that you need. Next, I want you to come over to the properties panel and first open up text. And we want to make sure that our text is center aligned. So I'm going to click that. Then go back down to Align and Transform and let's put it in the center of the screen. Go down to the timeline and I want you to move the playhead out to the spot where you want all of the text to finally be revealed. Then we're going to go over to Effect Controls and you're going to see vector motion is there and you're also going to see text and then the words that you actually typed out in the program monitor. Open that and you'll see right underneath it source text. This is the stopwatch you're going to click. So hit that stopwatch. It's going to create a keyframe for you. Now go over to the program monitor and we are going to step back a couple of frames. Go into your text and delete either one letter or in this case, I'll delete a character. I'll delete that exclamation point. Now step back a few frames and go in and delete another letter. And we'll just keep doing this until all of the letters have been deleted. Now let's watch it and see what we did. I'm going to drag out the music just a little bit. Or not the music, the typewriter sounds. Just a little bit. Let's watch it one more time. I think that looks good too. All right, So your next option is to simply use a mask. And again, this uses keyframes as well. I'm going to delete the text that I wrote, go down, make sure my type tool is selected again, go into the program monitor. I'm going to go down to the timeline, make sure what I wrote is all the way at the start. I'm going to go over to the properties panel, open up Align and Transform. My text is always in the center of the screen. Now go over to Effect Controls, go down to Opacity, and let's draw a quick mask right around our words. With the playhead pulled all the way out on the timeline to the location where I want the words to be completely revealed. So now I'm going to click the stopwatch next to Mask Path in the Effect Controls panel. That creates a keyframe, just like we did in our last example. Come back down to the sequence, pull the playhead all the way to the start of the timeline, go back and highlight that mask so you can see it, and pull the mask off to make the words disappear. Now let's click play and see how it looks. I think that looks pretty good also. There's one more method that you can use, and this involves actually doing a screen capture. So I went on my computer and I just typed in a Word document and I captured the screen while I was typing. And now I have that clip imported into my project in Premiere. So if we go to Premiere Pro, I already have the screen capture loaded on the timeline, and I went ahead and cropped a little bit of my screen out so that all you can see is the document that I was typing in. Now, as you can see, we have all of this background that we want to get rid of. I want you to go over to the Effects panel and type in Ultra key. Drag that down onto the clip on the timeline. Go over to Effect Controls. Under Key Color, you're going to select the eyedropper. Drag it over here and pick that white. You can see there's a little bit of white there around the text. So if you open up Matte Generation and bring up Transparency, that really helps clean it up quite a bit. I'm going to zoom back out, and from here, all you would do is open up Motion, go down to your crop, and just crop out everything else. And now you can make your words nice and big. Put them in the center of the screen, and let's watch. And there you have it. That's 4 easy ways that you can create a typewriter effect all in Premiere Pro. If you have any other tips of how you create a typewriter text, please leave them in the comments below. If you thought this video was helpful, give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, I hope you'll subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.